I don't know when to rely on wisdom or love. If I surrender to love, and I deeply feel it, I always end up with narcissistic men and suffer a lot. I'm laughing because I can relate to that as well. Like, I'm not laughing at you, I'm laughing because I can relate to that. I have a theory as to why that happens. I started to rely more on wisdom. Like, this is not love, this is not good for you, it's just conditioning. But it feels I try to cut off love and it works only momentarily. Can you speak about that? Or what to do? I suspect the reason that you end up with narcissistic men, and this is a theory as to I've come up to why I had a couple of encounters with narcissistic men, was because love doesn't discriminate. Love doesn't care if they're narcissistic, if they're poor, if they're violent. It doesn't care, it embraces all of it. That's our nature. It doesn't see good or bad or right or wrong. It loves radically, unconditionally. So, and to me, what love is presence. Like, it loves everything in its presence. Everything. And when you are more attached to that, of course you're going to attract more narcissistic people, because you're focusing on the love rather than the filters that kick them out. And narcissistic people love people that don't have filters. They're attracted to them like a moth is attracted to light, or a bee to pollen, or a bear to honey. So they love that, because whatever they do, whatever they are, you love it unquestionably. Whether they're lying or being possessive, it's beautiful. Love, not loving them particularly, but to love and to see that there is no good or bad or right or wrong. If you want it to stop happening though, which I suspect you do, because narcissistic people are like a scorpion. They have a really beautiful side, like everything, where they will shower you with attention and well, not shower you with attention, but shower you with affection and lots of beautiful words like love bombing, and be very exciting and different and outspoken and lots of wonderful things. But they're also like a scorpion, that at the end of the day, the only person that they really care about is themselves. And when I say themselves, I mean their own wants and desires. So they're only interested in their own wants and desires. So then the way to counteract that is to come in contact with the subtleties of the body and to act on them. Because your body is actually responding to them appropriately. So what I found when I attracted these narcissistic men into my life, and it was a great lesson. I always think that everything is a great way to help you bloom and to open. So, like, there were in my body was having warning signs. So even if you're not focusing on the mind that's saying this is conditioning, because the mind does cut off, like this is conditioning or they're doing this, and it does have issues. But if you focus more on the bodily sensation, you can feel that they're crossing your boundary. And you can feel that they're being inappropriate, and then you can put words to it. When you feel that, then you can say, yes, they're being inappropriate, they're being too pushy. And the problem is with narcissistic people in the spiritual world, if they are spiritual, Claudia, which I suspect they are, if you're into spirituality, then that's what you'll get into, is that narcissistic people will ruthlessly tell you that it's your own projections and issues that are coming out, and that they'll help you, guide you through it. So if you do have a response to them, which your body responds and says this isn't appropriate, the narcissistic person, if you express it to them, they will insist that it's your own mind and that it's a projection that you've got to work through. And the way you know is that your body will tell you the truth in this situation. But in all instances, there's always this love that's available. This is the difficulty or the delicacy of it. Because in all instances, perfection. Like even with their narcissism or their arrogance or their hatred or jealousy or whatever it is, or perfectionism, they are the divine talking back to you. They're yourself talking back to you. And that's always there. Your body, though, knows. In the details of your body, it knows. If you pay attention when you meet them, so your attention's not just up here, it's in your whole body, your body will react appropriately. The only time your body won't react appropriately is that you can't read your body. And the reason that you can't read your body is that you don't know yourself on the human level. So you're not understanding what it is your body's saying or what it is you want or don't want. So you're not interpreting the sensations that are appearing correctly. And then you're living more in your ideas of what you think you should be or should have, or you're living more on a higher level.